Yo yo, hey peoples, welcome to Frolicious Arts. I am your host, an artist that has risen from the grave, Frolicious. First things first, to all you viewers out there, new and returning, thank you so much for tuning in. Kudos and appreciation to you. Well, as I mentioned before, I'm essentially back from the dead. I believe it's been about roughly a whole year since uploading my last video. Freaking crazy, right? Well, just a lot of life nonsense to deal with, reevaluating priorities, blah blah blah, all that good stuff, you know. Well, good and bad stuff. But anyways, we back. Now, this video, the subject matter, is a character from a gatcha game. Now, if you're not familiar with gatcha games, they're essentially, little app games on your phone. And most of them are anime related or video game related. But essentially you go into the game, it's free to download, but you have in-game purchases to get currency, and you try to pull your favorite character from a wide roster. And the gacha means a gotcha, because once you're in and you're throwing money at the game, it's kind of over. But this is one of my favorite characters from a game I'm playing that I'm trying to quit, but I don't think I'm gonna quit. It is Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, War of the Visions. It's like a mini Final Fantasy Tactics game for your phone. But this character's name is Mariluke. She's a cute little hand-to-hand fighter who's actually very low tier. I believe she came out when the game started about, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. But I just really like her design, and I really wanted to draw her. And the theme I was going for is low tier heroes. Now, essentially, a low tier, if you're not familiar with that as a game term, is pretty much a character that's much harder to use, that doesn't have like higher attack or compared to other characters, or like HP or like overall stats. They're not as good, air quotes, as other cast members in the same game, so people will usually overlook them and move on to a different character. Now a lot of the characters I like in video games, and most times in all games, even gacha games, are the low tier characters, because I usually go with the overall design of the character, depending, and their kind of like feel and personality is when I really like a character, regardless of their tier list level. But that's just me. Now, what I wanted to do for this piece is show Mariluke. She just got out there in the world, did a couple of quests at the player's request, and she's still ready to go. She's saying, yeah, I did it. I went out there, I kind of got beat up a lot because I'm not as good as other characters stat-wise, but I got it done. It took much longer than it should have, but I got it done. Now, gacha games in general, it's like a half recommend and half don't recommend. They're essentially, you play the game for free, and you can grind it out and not really put any money into the game, but eventually they'll come up with a character that kind of incentivizes you to throw like $1 here, $10 here, $5 here, and once you do, you kind of like break the seal essentially. So it usually depends on the player. and how you are as a person. Now, there has been the argument that gacha games are essentially gambling because you're throwing money at the game, and when you have these essentially banners, it's like a roulette. Like gambling, you basically push the button, it does a roulette, and then you randomly get a bunch of characters or items. It usually depends on the game, but mostly at the time it's the character themselves. And you kind of just have to hope for the best. And all the rare characters, or the super powerful characters, or the limited time characters, they have a specific banner. You throw the in-game currency at it, and you kind of just hope that you pull the character. So it's pretty much like slot machines. You go in there, you put your money in, you pull the lever, and you hope for the best. Now, most of the games you can just play completely free to play. You just use your time wisely, use your currency wisely, all that good stuff. And then you pull on specific characters that you really, really, really like. And then just kind of hope for the best. Most of their systems you have to kind of plan ahead. Most of the game's communities let you know what's coming up next, so you can save accordingly. But it's still I gotta have them all. That old Pokemon mentality, gotta catch them all. But yeah. But I do like how this came out. I was able to kind of get the bubbly feel for her, and I think it came out well. Well, we are kind of coming to the end of the video. I do have plans to keep the channel going, but it's kind of hard. But I just gotta juggle stuff more efficiently. But until next time, be sure to hit me up with that 3-hit combo: like, comment, and subscribe. Yep, I didn't forget my tagline. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, keep pen to paper and stay badass and beautiful. Ha! We out!